What are VFX?
Yeah, what are VFX?
And
That's
what are
really
VFX and what are motion graphics?
Oh, motion graphics, sorry. Yeah, I forgot that they use it.
It's taking... I feel like VFX is more live action. It could be animation, but people usually call it animation effects.
Yeah. Well, so because I think you were saying earlier that you deal with some visual effects and motion graphics. So
Yes.
That's why we're asking. Yeah.
Yeah, I do VFX. So a lot of that, I just kind of take footage and I'll do like beauty work sometimes, or like color correction. And then I do a lot of tracking, and all of that is more compositing, I guess. But then for VFX, I want to get better at 3D so I can do more like 3D integration, like CGI stuff.
That's what I want to do at some point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince other people to let me.
Yeah, I would like to. But right now, I kind of do more like motion graphics, because like the stuff that I've done with music videos has been more motion graphics, like intertwined with video. So like I did a little big town video where I did like some cute little graphic, like Christmas graphics that were like in the video. And then I also did like Eric Church's tour where it was like moving illustrations like on screen. So it was like that sort of thing.
One of the things that you did recently, you posted a clip from it on Instagram, and it had like some little magic effects kind of going through it, I think.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a little bit.
And I feel like that would count as visual effects.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get more into like realistic stuff. Well, I can do stuff like that, but it's just the stuff that I've done has been more of like that in that realm.
And what is it that you would want to actually, like you're saying, you would want to kind of go up to those kinds of CGI visual effects? What kind of stuff are you wanting to do?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to make videos, and I always would want to like put like something else in it that I was like interacting with, like a monster or something. And so I did something like that, but it was really bad. But I did that, and then I did a lot of green screening when I was a kid. So I've still done that today, but just less professionally so far. And then I think it would be really cool to do compositing, like turning like a normal environment into something else, like kind of like Stranger Things with the upside down.
Yeah.
Like adding like particle systems and you could talk about that.
I was
you
gonna
just
say,
did that.
I took an After Effects class for the first time this semester because I'm at Lipscomb. We said that, yeah. And yeah, go to Lipscomb University, like we all do/did in your case. And yeah, one of the assignments was like an upside down, and I can show that clip. I can send you that clip. It's really goofy, and it has Caleb Cook in it, our favorite guy. Remember him? He's in it. It's really not great, but yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff from that class.
Okay, so motion graphics is more like doing the type of animation that you see in like commercials a lot of the time. So like just moving graphics instead of like, it can be character animation, but it's usually simpler character animation, or it's just different elements like moving around, like text movement, like cool stuff like that. Or like the coolest project I've ever done was for Carrie Lorenz. She was a pilot in the Navy. She was like the first female F-14 Tomcat pilot. I did it again, I'm sorry.
Sorry, keep going.
Anyways, so I did like stage design for her. So I like made her name all cool, and then I put a plane behind her, and she walked out, and it was cool.
F-14, I'm trying to remember which one that is.
It's like the old one that they fly in Top Gun Maverick.
I haven't seen that movie. My dad was in the Navy though, so I should know the difference between all the different jets. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forgot about. I haven't told a lot of people about that. I don't talk about it that often.
I knew that.
You know that, but yeah, my dad was actually there when they were filming Transformers 2, the bit that they did on the aircraft carrier. He was on that aircraft carrier for that.
That's so sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
There's a rocket, but it was important to add.
Visual aids, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
There you go.
Excellent. Well, yeah, so how would you say is a good way to have a foot in both animation and film? Like, what are the major similarities, differences, etc.?
Yeah, I think that I've kind of gone more towards film and like less towards animated like movies and stuff like that. I'd still like to do that someday, but I think the way I've kind of gotten my foot in the door is like film related stuff. So I would like to get into producing. I'm producing some stuff next semester, and so that's a way to have a foot in both. But of course, animation is pretty much doesn't have a lot of live action in it. And so just creating everything from scratch, basically. And then film, you're filming with a camera. So I think what's so interesting, though, is that so many movies that use CGI today are completely animated, but they're live action.
Yeah.
They're like not.
Yeah.
Like the Lion King.
Yeah, the Lion King reboot. Well, but even like the Avengers Endgame,
Oh, yeah.
the second half of that is essentially just an animated movie with like a few people's heads in it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Captain America's there, Thor is there kind of, and then Iron Man's head. Yeah. Everyone else is a CG character at that point.
Basically, yeah.
Even Spider-Man is really kind of a cartoon character at this point. Until Tom Holland takes.
Don't get me started, man. But even back to the first one, like they had to remake New York City for like all the just like Cap and Black Widow talking on the street scenes, like for all the fighting.
Well, and even for some of that, it still was like. It's really funny seeing how low poly a lot of that stuff was, like how far we come on that stuff, and yet that still looks good. That's why there's so many. I'm gonna not go on that tangent right now, but how many shortcuts you're still allowed to take that nobody's even gonna notice. That allows you to make some really cool stuff. They did some cool stuff on that. But I was curious, based on that, like you were saying, the difference between animation and film. I feel like compositing is kind of the world where you get to combine the two, like in those kinds of regards. Are those the kinds of projects you were talking about earlier that you would want to try to work on at some point? Yeah,
something like that. I definitely love compositing because you can do animation or film, so it's super versatile. And then with After Effects, you can do a lot with After Effects. There are just so many things.
It's actually a perfect segue to the next question, which is what is the versatility of After Effects?
Whoa, that's actually crazy. Well, there's so many random things in it that just like I don't know how they all work together, but there's just a huge list of effects that you can throw in and do whatever with. And so After Effects is really fun because even if you don't have footage to start with, you can still make something.
Yeah.
Because you can just take like an image and turn it into something. Like you could do, like I did like a 3D like map animation when I was learning After Effects. So I just took like a stupid PNG and then like turned it into a 3D object and like added like pins dropping on it and stuff like that. So it's fun to learn because you get results quick. Things come out really quickly with it, whereas in animation it can be very tedious, take a long time to get stuff out with like frames and in-betweens and all of that. And then with film, you actually have to get out and get a location and film it all. With After Effects, you can just sit at your computer and just make something in a day. So I think I really liked it for that reason, probably because I'm an impatient person. But we're working on it.
That's great. Yeah. I remember my After Effects professor at the beginning of the semester, he described After Effects as like the video equivalent of Photoshop. Like, basically, as a tool, is like making things pretty. But you can also like build a lot of stuff from the ground up.
But how do the principles of animation translate to what it is that you do? And I'm also asking this question so that we can kind of segue that into the next episode when we start going into some of the principles of animation.
Okay, yeah. So in animation, you learn the 12 principles of animation, which I can't list them all. Tony Bancroft will be mad at me.
Like, I certainly don't know the order they're all in, like the official order. Mm-hmm. I have the book and everything, but it's like, I don't know.
Can you name all 12, though?
Yeah. I believe so.
Do it. That's cool.
No. Squash and stretch, anticipation, overlapping action, follow through, slow in, slow out, ease in, ease out, straight ahead versus pose to pose. Golly, listen, okay.
I don't think golly is one of them. Exaggeration,
appeal.
My mind is blank right now.
There's a big one that I'm missing. Look at her. She's having the time of her life. Our producer's so mean to me. All right. Well, I will eat crow. Here are the 12 principles of animation for prosperity, whatever, Squash and stretch, anticipation, staging, straight ahead / pose to pose, follow through / overlapping action, slow in, slow out, arcs, that's one I missed, secondary action, that's one I missed, timing, that's a huge one I missed, exaggeration, solid drawing, and appeal. Solid drawing. Yeah, so, I got the majority. What is that like? I got it like 75 maybe.
They overlap.
Yeah. Overlapping action. full circle.
You got 2/3.
That's great.
You got 2/3. Oh, yeah.
So that's my final, or I'll finish the question out. So yeah, how do those translate to motion graphics? You're saying that's part of the world of animation, but then for like obviously with some of those things, I would assume you still use them for motion graphics, but in what capacity?
I think that all of those wonderful principles that John just listed, all of them.
First try.
No
mistakes.
Animators who know those can translate them very easy to graphic design because you still have the squash and stretch, you still have the overlapping action and all of the things, and they are all very important. Even if you're animating like a line, you're still going to have this stuff applied to them because it's just the world. It's just how the world works, and also with a little bit of exaggeration.
Totally.
So, there you go.
Yeah. Art can imitate life, and then life can imitate art, and like add some appeal, a little this, a little that. Why are you letting me talk?
Are you trying to be deep right now?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying that's how it works. The 7 dwarves don't look like real people, but they're believable.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I feel like that same thing can be true even for animation for live action films. I go back to like the Transformers and like they use squash and stretch even in those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it compresses. Like the metal doesn't squash, but
the idea
when they
is
take steps,
it's like the same thing as even real life animals. Like when I do this, I'm not technically like getting smaller, but I'm making myself look smaller. So that when I do this, it's a squash and stretch motion.
Yeah, definitely. And we can just push it or hold back however we need for whatever project it is, you know?
Yeah.
Because, King of the Hill might look more realistic, but The Simpsons is more cartoony. Why? See, I'm going to... Okay, yeah, stop it. Is that it?
So we're at the end of all of our questions. I'm going to make sure to still say to everybody who's watching, please be sure to like and subscribe to this. As we continue to make more of them, hopefully it'll get more and more entertaining. And we're going to have another episode still with Sophia because we record them all on the same day. But our next episode, we'll have Sophia back, and she's going to go over one of the principles of animation with us. So stick around to see which one that is.
Cool. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'll see you in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.